Good evening, everyone. I'm going to start a couple minutes early today to make up for those days I started a minute or two late. Dino, stop. I see there's a few people in here, so might just well get started. Just got my notification that I've gone live. That's a good thing. Well, today was a little bit cooler, but still a nice day today. We got some more beautiful weather coming up. I just checked the forecast. Next 10 days, it's supposed to be mainly in the 50s, a day or two in the 60s. So I definitely can take that. Well, let me see who's in here. Hello, Austin. Hello, Tony. Because Tony might still be out putting the chickens away. Hello, Fall Beautiful. Hello, Judy. Hello, Des. Hello, Local Glass. And thank you, Des. That's very much appreciated. So I'm up to 17 members now. So it's always good to have that support. And I'll get your shout out in there, Des. Okay, Judy. Oh, that's fine, Des. Every little bit helps. And in my video Friday, I believe it was. Yes, Friday. I had asked for donations. And I know there was one comment from a subscriber there. But no one's obligated. Please don't ever feel that you're obligated to pay anything or buy anything or whatever. It's greatly appreciated when you do. No one is obligated to. I know this is a rough month for everyone. Rain showers 56 in Anderson. We should skip out the state also. Thunderstorm 69 in Orlando. Rain shower in 56 in Tallahassee. Hello, Ark Wildman. And thank you for dropping off that deer meat and catfish the other day. Two of my favorite things. I actually didn't really start liking catfish until I moved down here. I'm not even sure if I ever had it when I was in New York. Well, I don't know if you saw that or not, but that's why his name is Superman. He literally flies through the air. He was up above me. He just jumped down on my shoulder to go down onto the floor. But thank you, Ark Wildman. Well, that doesn't sound good, Des. We had a thunderstorm Friday night, I believe it was. But nothing severe. Got a little rain. But for the most part, it's been beautiful weather here. Well, I'm going to have to find out on that, Judy. I actually going to look up some recipes online and see something simple that I like, because I know it's got to be done just right. I was gone all day yesterday, and today I didn't get anything done. So, and then tomorrow I've got take Dixie to the vet in the morning, and then probably should go get some propane. So I probably won't be doing a lot of cooking tomorrow. But I do want to look that up and see what I can figure out the best way. Hello, Carter. Hello, Jenny. Well, tree just flickered. That's if the light just flickered. That means tree must have not took the line right completely down, so that's good. What animals am I planning on having in the future? Well, I'm going to be expanding my chickens when I get into really raising chickens and breeding them, selling chicks. I may have a few goats. I'm not sure on that yet. I won't have a lot of animals because I do want to concentrate on something that will at least break even, preferably make me a little bit of money. And with the chickens, once I get going on it, right now they're costing me a fortune. But once I get going, I make some money on the chickens, and I think I can on the goats, because I want to get dairy goats if I do get goats, and then make goat cheese and soap, different products from the goat's milk. Hello, Brett. Hello, Bud Files. Hello, J&B. And if anyone wants your channel link drop, type King or drop, and then Nightbot will drop your link for you. I gotta have my coffee. I'm almost out of instant coffee, so I got my hot plate back out and fired up my percolator now. I wasn't using that because it takes up extra space, so I was just going with the instant coffee, so I didn't have to have the hot plate on the shelf. But when I ran out of instant coffee, couldn't go without coffee, so my hot plate's out. So I've got almost a full pot over there now. Am I a natural early riser? Well, I used to be. When I was a kid, I was up early all the time. I used to be up 5 o'clock on Saturday morning to watch the Dukes of Hazzard. And I used to get up, go fishing. I would, before the sun came completely up, when it first started getting light, I'd be walking across the road over into the woods. The creek was, I don't know, maybe half mile back in the woods. And I'd start back in there, so when the sun came up, I was to the creek. But now, I don't really get up all that early. If I get to bed at a decent hour, I'll be up 8 o'clock or so. If I stay up late, it might be 10, 11 o'clock before I get up. I'll make sure I'm not missing anyone here. Okay, here we go. Hello, Radio Man. Yeah, and the good thing, Brett's saying, got the electric hooked up in the kitchen camper. Good thing is, he didn't get electrocuted, and I don't see any smoke coming out of the camper, so he did a good job on that. Hello, Ace. No, Judy. I don't lock them up at night. After I get, I'm going to have to start getting up early every day because I'll be locking them up then. But right now, they're behind an electric fence. And with the dogs in the yard, I don't have to worry about any predators getting to them. And the coop that they have right now isn't really all that secure. If an animal wanted to get in there, they very easily could. I'm doing good, Ace. Yeah, Brett's electrified. Yeah, actually, I was back in New York. I was locking them in every night, and they weren't happy about it. They wanted to roost on top of the coop, and I was putting them in, and then it got to the point that Earl could kick the door open if I wasn't out there early enough in the morning. And I got thinking, if Earl's kicking on the door and getting it open, it's not really all that secure, and they're probably better off up on top. They're up a little bit higher, and some would have to climb up on the coop to get to them. Plus, they're up there, and they could fly away if something did get to them. But if they're inside the coop and something went in, they're trapped in there. So that's why I made that decision. But when I get moved, I'm going to be using the coop that was on the property when Jeff bought it. He says it's in pretty good shape. I haven't actually been in the coop to look at it because he's got his chickens in front of it and it's hard to get to it. But once he gets out of there and I get there and can look it over, I might have to fortify it a little bit. I'm not sure. And then they'll be locked in there at night. Yeah, Earl's got karate skills. And he's got some power in his legs. He can really kick. Because when he was in one of his moods last summer, I was trying to, instead of taking the fence down to go in, I was reaching over the fence to fill the feeder. And he decided that I was setting the feeder back in, that he was going to kick it. And this is a feeder that's supposed to hold 7 pounds of food. I never weighed the food out to see if it actually holds 7 pounds, but I would say it's probably pretty close to that. As I was setting that down, of course it was still in the air because I hadn't got it on the ground yet, he came over and he kicked it, and that feeder went flying. So he does have some power there. He's a big rooster. I'm not sure if Barred Rocks is supposed to be that big or not. I didn't think they're supposed to be quite that big, but he's a big boy. Hello, Deborah. Oh, yes, he does bite. He's bitten me before also. He bit Deborah the other day. I don't know, some reason my chickens seem to think it's funny to bite. I don't know if that's normal for chickens to do or not. But I've been bit by 2 or 3 of my younger ones also. Oh, ever since we got down here, he has been, Judy. I'm hoping once I get moved and there's a little less activity, not as many dogs around and stuff, maybe he'll calm down. Because back in New York, he would come up to me. I'd throw a little food down on the ground. He'd come over, start eating it. I could reach down, pet him. On a good day, I could actually pick him right up, hold him in my lap. But I could always pet him. Sometimes even just walking through the yard. Either he'd come up to me or I'd go over to him, reach down, pet him. But definitely if he was eating. But now, you don't want to stick your hand near him. Yeah, maybe I should give Earl a key to the coop. Hello, Wanda. Actually, Ace, I've never even heard of that game. I know there's a lot of card games. I've never really liked card games. But a lot of them I've heard of, but never played. That's one I've never even heard of before. I know one thing about Earl's temper is when he gets the hose, his temper cools off a little bit. I've done that a couple times to him, and I've noticed a big difference since I did that. I turned the nozzle to jet, so it's getting him hard enough shot of water so he actually can feel some pressure behind it. And I was chasing right around the run one day with the hose. I was staying in one place, but as far as I could reach through the water, I sprayed him for probably a good 5 seconds. And he calmed down after that. A few days later, he got a little aggressive with me again. I gave him a nice little shot with the hose. And he hasn't been too much of a problem since then. Of course, I still don't trust him, but he hasn't tried coming after me. He was attacking me through the fence. If I was on the outside of the fence, he'd run into the fence because apparently a chicken can't feel electricity through the feathers. If he hits it with his comb, he seems to be able to feel it. He acts like he's getting zapped. But with his feathers, he doesn't. But he hasn't even been doing that since I sprayed him. He comes up, he follows me around, but he's not trying to attack me through the fence. Hello, Melissa. Yep, talking crap about Earl. Hello, Jonesy. Dino. Yeah, Earl's going to be around forever. Hello, Henry Leslie. The bird that I've been most terrified of ever in my life was a turkey. I had a friend who used to have a turkey that let free range on his property. He was a retired mechanic, and I used to take my car there. He didn't charge a lot. He just did a little work for friends. And every time I went there, that turkey would come after me. And he had a pile of old tires down the edge of the woods. If I needed tires, they weren't great tires, but if you needed a tire, you're in bad shape and didn't have money enough to get a good used one or a new one, he'd sell you tires for $5 and then balance it for $5. So for $10, you get a tire that would get you through another couple months until you could get a decent tire. And guaranteed, if you headed out back, that turkey would come after me every time. Hello. Um, I'm not sure if that's an I or a lowercase L. Is it Lobo? I'm sorry for mispronouncing that, but welcome. Oh yeah, Deborah, I saw that. Dick, I'm kind of glad I can't get down on the ground because I don't think I'd ever be able to get back up if I had a half dozen dogs on top of me. Hello, Joseph. There you go, Ace. Radio Man plays Yes, Wanda. It's scary when any animal comes after you, actually. I've had some dogs come after me. That scared me too. But I'm a pretty good judge of dogs. I've been bitten, see, 3 times. I think 3 times. One time with a poodle. And he didn't bite too hard, but he was just a miserable dog. And the other 2 times, it was dogs that I was terrified of, and for good reason. You talk about my Christmas parade video, Brett? Well, thank you. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, I put a video out last night of the Christmas parade in Waldron. It's the whole parade unedited. So what you see is the actual parade. Oh, thanks for the reminder, Carter. Yes, I am going to do that. Thank you, Jonesy. That's very much appreciated. But I won't be buying it from that guy, though. Because he's back in New York, and I'm not going over 1,300 miles to buy a tire. But thank you. Hello, Mike. Hello, Lindioki. Hello, Wanda. Yep, turkeys can be mean. The only thing is he wasn't protecting his ladies. And I know he wasn't protecting his ladies because he was the only turkey on the property. Yep, I can do that, Deborah. Yeah, the 2 bites that amount to anything were both in the leg and the poodle bit me on the ankle. That didn't even break the skin, though. That was just more of a bad pinch. Okay, I wasn't sure how to pronounce that, Ace. Euchre. Yeah, we used to have a school nurse named Euchre. It was spelt different, but thank you, Wanda. Okay. Well, we got 35 people in here. I'm going to go ahead and do the sticker giveaway. Get the right envelope here. Yeah, I'm sorry to the winners from Wednesday that I didn't get them mailed out yet. I didn't get to the post office until after the mail went out. Actually Friday I forgot to take him with me. And then Saturday I didn't get to the post office until after the mail went out. So they'll be going out tomorrow. Okay. There's this one. This is a 2.5 inch sticker. Am I back? Sorry about that. Internet issues. I switched to a different one and there was no internet on that one. So I switched back and had a signal on this one. I was hooked to the main router, Brett, and it went out on me. So then I went to the extender, and there was no internet on that one. The signal there, but there was no internet. So then I switched back to the main router, and it came back. So hopefully works now. I'm going to show these again because when that went out, I'm not sure if you guys saw everything. But there's going to be this sticker, this 2.5-inch sticker. This is a 3-inch. And this one, this is also a 3-inch sticker. So I'm going to get this set up now. And it helps if I click on the right one. There we go. Okay. It's going to be hashtag sticker. Okay. Hashtag sticker. I'll go back, see who I missed coming in. Yeah, those of you that put sticker in just before I froze up, try that again because I didn't have it set up yet, so it might not pick up on those. I'm not sure. Hello, Liam. Hello, Beak Feet. And I know who Beak Feet is. Hey, looks like you got 12 entries. I'll be right back. I got a visitor. Okay, I'm back. When we get done with this, we're going to be having another contest. I'll let you know about that when the time comes. Um, well, go poop if you have to poop, dog man. Now, to go ahead and go. Short, EK. I bet you it is hilarious. Okay. Don't think I missed anything in there that I needed to see. I think mostly people talk between yourselves and entering for the giveaway. Okay. 12 entries. Guess this is as high as it's gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw now. Who's it gonna be? Mike. Congratulations. Okay, just send me an email with your address and I'll get that mailed out to you. Or you can send me a message on Messenger. It doesn't matter. Hello, Tiffany. Okay. Yeah, the visitor I had was Deborah, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with Daisy, their dog. Not my cat Daisy, but their dog Daisy. Can anyone guess what her middle name is? If you can guess what Daisy's middle name is, you'll get. Doesn't seem to want to show. Well, anyways, one of their stickers, and then I'll throw in my 3 stickers. So go ahead and guess on that. Okay. We have a winner. Just want to make sure that was the first one. Okay. Deborah, do you see anyone before Wanda Henry that guessed it? Do I think any of these comments before this, before we started it? Okay. So Wanda Henry, you're the winner. If you want yeah, I don't see anything before her, so I just wanted to confirm with you, Deborah. So Wanda Henry, got it. Daisy's middle name is May. So Wanda, if you want to send me an email, oldmankinghomestead at AOL.com, it's in the description of this live. Then we'll get these stickers sent out to you. And Deborah, I have international stamps, so I can just throw all my stamps on it and send it out. Oh, that's nice, Wanda. Yeah, that does kind of go together. Okay, now the giveaways are over. Now everyone's leaving. Went from 35 people down to 27. Well, also had a comment the other day. Someone was asking about the small space that the chickens have. Well, the youngest chicks, they are a little bit crowded in there. Not terribly crowded, but they could use more space. Right now, I'm very limited on space and configurations that I can have. But because of donations I got the other night, I had enough money. I was able to order some fencing, and I do have an idea to configure the run a little bit different now. So within a week or so, that's supposed to come. I believe it's next Saturday when they're saying it was going to be delivered. Then they will have a little bit more room in there. And then once I get moved, things are going to be set up completely different. I'm going to have more options to get the run set up and stuff. So then they'll have more room. Um, what else was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to comment on Christmas. If any of you haven't seen that Christmas video, that was very nice parade. I was very happy with that. Didn't really know what to expect. Never been to a Christmas parade before. Back in New York, it's really not a thing. There's a few places do have a Christmas parade, but there was never one real close to me, so I never did go to one. It it was a 25-minute long parade, and it was really nice. And the city is decorated real nice. The city has the Main Street decorated. In fact, that's after the parade. I went down Main Street to do my introduction. But at some point, I'm going to go back there at night, maybe during the day too, for some of the decorations that you can get that don't need lights on them. But at night, it's really beautiful. I'm going to do another video on Christmas decorations. And there's other places around here that got some real nice decorations. So I'm hoping to get a couple more Christmas videos out. Hello, Patty. I haven't measured it, BK, but I'm putting an estimate on it. Um, I think it's probably going to be, I'm thinking in the neighborhood of maybe 500 or 600 feet for the perimeter fence. I'm hoping I can do some measuring and be a little more sure of that. Yes, I know what you mean, Wanda. Um, yeah, Waldron is small population, around 33, 3,400. It's a nice little city. Yep, there was no action in it. Yeah, did you see the? I know he put it up in front of my camera a couple times, not on purpose, but just swinging the bag around. Did you see the size bag that kid had? I don't know if you noticed, but he would hold the bag out and he wanted to try to throw the candy in the bag. And most people did try. Some of them actually were able to throw the candy in the bag. He got a big thrill over that. And as far as a lot of people being in the parade, I can tell you that by far was the busiest I have ever seen that city. There, of course, everyone was concentrated right there on the one street, but that was the most people I have ever seen around there. Okay, Patty, neighbor to the north. Yeah, I think you'd enjoy that, Deborah. Just bred up as Santa Claus. Yes, there was a lot of antique vehicles, and there were some old ones too. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Patty. Thank you. Yep, Mike, sure was. There was candy left laying on the ground there. There was so much candy thrown out that the kids couldn't pick it all up. And the wheel fell off my rollator as I was leaving last night. I was almost off to the van when it came off because I was going to take my rollator with me so I'd have a place to sit. Well, that wheel came off, so that was the end of that. So I had to stand there the whole time. I was pretty sore by the time we got through. And once I made it back to the van, I wasn't parked too far away. It probably was only like 100 feet. I had to walk back to the van. But I was lucky to find a parking lot right there on the parade route. And anyways, I got back to the van and I just sat there and would watch in what I recorded of the parade for like 10, 15 minutes before I left because I just had to rest for a while because I was so sore I didn't want to drive. And when I did leave, there was a lady coming down the street picking up all the candy that was left behind. I'm sure she made out good also. I didn't get any candy. But it's too hard for me to bend over and pick some up off the ground. So I just left it there for everyone else, mainly the kids, but there was adults picking it up too, which wasn't a problem. They weren't taken away from the kids. 'Cause like I said, there was so much candy. I've never seen that much candy being given out in a parade before. Oh, that float sounds interesting, Wanda. Yeah, I kind of wish I went to the Christmas thing in Mansfield last weekend, but I didn't go to it because that wouldn't have been too far to go there. I saw a video of that. That looked like it was a nice parade, and there was a nice area set up there. Vendors were in there selling stuff. It looked like that was a good time, also. Yeah, all I have to give away right now is stickers too, Deborah. I hope at some point I'll be able to occasionally give away a T-shirt or a mug or something, but it's not to that point yet. Well, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate that. I I thought about the duck races, Mike. I actually got to look into that. Yeah, there's several things I want to look into. I also want to look into those wheels where you can put names on them? Because I'd like to do a little bit bigger giveaway for my members also. And what I'd like to do there is put all the members' names on a wheel. So if they can't make it to the live when I do it, they're still entered. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the Christmas presents. Yeah, that duck race thing there, that's got, I almost want to say hundreds of different things on it. I'm not sure if it's quite that much, but it's a lot. It's, I know there's ducks, turkeys, Santa Claus, turtles. I can't even start to name them all. There's a lot of different things you can do with that. I'll look into it. I gotta either find the website for it or I'll get a hold of someone that does it and find out about that. Um, I'm not sure. Mansfield isn't an awful long ways. It's probably. Can you help me out here, Brett or Deborah? What is Mansfield? Maybe 20 miles from Waldron? Yes, Ace. That's the video I saw. Was the one making it home dead. Plus, if I had gone there, that would give me a chance to meet them in person. Well, I like meeting all the locals here. That's an idea, Wanda. I don't think it's very complicated, Mike. It's just a matter of knowing what you're doing. Like even the StreamYard giveaway tool that I've been using on here, that is just as simple as it can be. And I used the wrong one the first time. It worked, but it didn't run through all the names like StreamYard. It just popped up a winner. And just because I didn't know what I was doing, and the Nightbot giveaway tool where I meant to use the StreamYard giveaway tool, but just used the wrong one. Oh, yeah, there is a lot of options there. I've seen when people sharing their screen, going through and setting it up, they'll go through. Okay, you guys want to do a duck race? You want to do a horse race? And they'll be scrolling through it. There is a bunch of options. Okay, Tony, 26 miles. I assume you're saying for sure it's 26 miles. You're not guessing at it. So I went far off when I said about 20. Yeah, Mike, if Gary was in here, he would have said 10 times by now that it was 29 miles. Yes, Ace, I've got to meet them. And Lauren told me a couple times that if I need help with anything, whatever, to let them know. Yes, Wanda, I use the free StreamYard. I wanted to get the essential plan that they had the Black Friday special on, $10 a month for life, but I didn't have the money at the time, and then it expired. It it's not the best plan in the world, but it did have a few features that this one doesn't have. But this is working for me for now. At some point, I may need to go to one of the paid plans. I used to always run out of hours because you only allowed 20 hours on the free one. But it seems like here lately, I haven't been hitting the 20 hours a month, so I've been able to keep using that. Hello, Nancy. Sorry I missed your live this morning. I got up late and time got away from me. Hello, kindness. I've had comments on the dogs barking before, so I know sometimes people can hear the dogs. Sorry about that, kindness. The last time, too many tabs open. I'll close one out. That's just my text app that I use. I use it for texting and calling. I usually keep that open on my laptop, so if I have a text message come in, I'll know it because I got Wi-Fi on my laptop or on my phone. Sometimes not, but I've got the laptop silence right now, anyways, because I have YouTube open. It's really not doing me any good. So I hope this helped, like closing that out. Hello, Matt. Yes, 20 hours is free. Um, As long as you start the live before you've used 20 hours, you can continue it as long as you want. But once you go over 20 hours, they won't let you start another live until your 30 days is up and it resets, which mine is on the 11th of the month. I actually had 19 hours and something used of my time one time. I was able to start a live and ran it for about 4 or 5 hours. So by the time it was all over, I had used about 24 hours for that month, but it wasn't a problem because I started it for the 20 hours. And they won't cut you off in the middle of your live. But then I couldn't use StreamYard for another live until after the 11th of the month. I think I said hello to Big Matt. Not, I'm sorry. You know, before I started doing 2 lives a week, it seems like I used to run my Sunday live real long. I went 8 hours on it one time, but I was regularly doing 4 or 5 hours. But now it seems like hour and a half to 2 hours is about the most I go. Was it, anyone have any questions for me? I don't really have much more for updates. Dixie goes to the doctor in the morning. She seems to be doing halfway decent. She doesn't seem to be as sick now as she was Thursday and Friday. I actually had some medicine left over that was Superman from the last time that he went for. No, not the last time. It was in October when he went. Because the last time they just gave him shots. But when he went in October, he refused to take his medicine. The one that they sent home with him that he's supposed to get 1 milliliter every day of it. He wouldn't take it directly in his mouth. He fought me terrible on that. They started mixing it in his food. That lasted about 3 days. First day, no problem. Second day, it took him a few minutes. He did eat the food. Third day, he refused to eat the canned food that I mixed it in. So that was the end of that. And then the last time they just gave him a long acting shot. And there wasn't a vet in on Friday, but the one I talked to on the phone, she seemed to be very knowledgeable about the stuff. She's the receptionist, but I wouldn't be surprised she's also a vet tech. And she told me to go ahead and give him what I had left over from Superman over the weekend, and then she goes in the morning. It's I'm not exactly sure what's wrong with her. She's having spells when she coughs terrible. and they have decreased now since I gave her that antibiotic. But she'd start coughing, and when she started coughing, it'd be like probably a minute straight. She'd just keep coughing, and this was happening every couple hours. And now, very rarely is she getting in one of those spells. Yesterday, I was gone a lot, but today there was only once this afternoon that she really got the coughing, and it looks like she's having a little trouble breathing. She seems to be fine, but you can see her sides are looks like she's having trouble. So I don't know if she got pneumonia or what it is. 'Cause whatever it is, I think is in her lungs. I know they were saying with Superman that his was upper respiratory and his lungs were good. But I'll find out tomorrow what's going on with her. Hopefully, it's something that they can treat easily. Maybe I used to mention the state, Nikkei, but I know last few months it hasn't. I wish it did. Because some of these places, I have no idea where it is. Hello, Natasha Len. Oh, at least you made it. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It might be Wanda. I'm not sure. Hello, John. Thank you, Natasha. It was a fun video to make, too. I enjoyed that parade. Yeah, that would be nice. Have Dr. Paul. I used to watch his show every Saturday morning. Um, no, she's not Ace. I don't use much bleach because it's very destructive. And anytime I've used bleach lately, it's been outside because that's where I wash dishes and stuff. So she's never been around bleach and no smoke and no gas. Have a good night, J&B. Thanks for being here. A niece and three cousins are all veterinarians. Well, that's nice. I know there's a shortage of vets in a lot of areas. Fortunately, the vet here, you can get right in. If there'd been a vet in the office, they only have two that work there. And if I don't know why they were both out off the same day, but they were. But if there'd been someone there, I could have gotten her in Friday since she was so sick. But fortunately, she's doing better now than she was. Because I was kind of worried when she told me on Friday, well, I don't have a doctor here today, but I can give you an appointment for 9 o'clock Monday morning. And I'm thinking, I really don't want to go for the weekend. I said, is there anything I can do for over the weekend? And then she told me, well, she said, do you have any of that medicine left that you gave Superman? And she looked up to see what it was and stuff to verify that it was what she was thinking. She said, Veriflox. Yep, that's something we would give her anyway. So just go ahead and give that to her over the weekend. And I think it did help her some. Thank you, Tasha Lynn. That is very much appreciated. Yeah, every little bit helps. It'll be almost the end of January before I get the money from the ones that became members today, but at least I will be getting that. And I did hit my $100 threshold for November. So I'll be getting $131 just before Christmas. Yes, someone else mentioned that too, Mike. They think maybe the move down here has something to do with it. Although, when we first got here, some of the cats had runny eyes and stuff, and they actually improved. But also, I had the windows open 24/7 at that time for the first, well, I think it was about a month that I was here. I had the windows open because I didn't have the air conditioner installed. But then once I got the air conditioner and Dogman came and installed that for me, then I haven't had the windows open much. It was a little bit cooler today, so I didn't open the windows. But actually, yesterday, it was a warm day. When I got up, I opened up the windows yesterday. I'm just wondering, being shut up all the time in here, maybe the air is not as healthy as it should be. Being a small area, not getting good air circulation. Because even during the summer when I was running the air conditioner, that that was running and it's circulating the air in here, and I don't know if it really draws outside air in, but it pushes inside air out. So I would assume that helps. So that might be something also. And I did have an air purifier ordered for me. That's supposed to be here Thursday. And I haven't seen the subscriber that ordered that in here. Well, I want to say thank you in case you're in here lurking. I think that is going to be a help. Actually, here it's not that bad, Wanda. The vet that I go to, Southside Veterinary Clinic in Waldron, is very good. It's the only vet office in Waldron, so they could take advantage of people, but they don't. The first time I took Superman, it was $50 for an office call, and they gave him, I think it was two different shots that they gave him at the vet's office and sent me home with the Veriflox, and it was just slightly over $100. Second time I took them, it was only 35 for an office call because I was going back. It was a follow up visit, so that one I forgot what that was, but that was less than 100 that time. And the third time I took them, they didn't even charge for an office call. She said if they did an examination, they'd charge for the office call. Well, since they already knew what was wrong, she said if I just want them to give them the shots, that they wouldn't charge for the office call. So they gave him the two shots they'd given him the time before, plus gave him the long acting 2 week antibiotic since he didn't want to take the other he's supposed to take every day. And that 2 week shot, that's a very expensive shot. And that was only $75 that time. So I was very happy with that. And when I took him to get him neutered last week, that was 63, I believe it was. And that was full price. And the other three I had neutered in October, they were 50 a piece, and that was during their spay and neuter clinic. So I figured full price would be more than that, but it was only 63, I believe it was, or 66, something like that. So very reasonable. I know what you mean there, Mike. Because the vet I was going to in New York, it was $82 for an office call there. And something like Superman went in for, it'd be $200 by the time they got the medicines and stuff. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on comments here. About 5 minutes behind. Mike saying that's great before Christmas. I'm assuming you're talking about when I'm going to get paid from YouTube. Yeah, they say it's going to be between the 21st and 26th, but last 2 months it's been on the 21st. So that's why I'm thinking that's going to be just before Christmas. If that falls on the weekend or on a holiday or whatever, that pushes it a little bit later. Oh yeah, definitely the same thing could happen to cats, Mk. Yes, that's an idea, Natasha. I know it's going to be better once I get moved. That's for sure. Yeah, and Dogman uses the same vet, and he's very happy with them. Yeah, and like I was saying, the only vet in town, they could take advantage of us if they wanted to, but they're very good there. Hello, Rachel. Yes, I agree with that, Mike. Once we get out of here, I think it will be better. And another thing is, I had the windows in the loft open until last week, so at least there was some air circulation up there. But it was I had a blanket hanging up, but I've closed those windows up there now that some of the nights are getting kind of chilly. So I don't really have any outside air coming in now. But I am gonna, like I said, today it was a little bit cooler, but it's gonna warm back up tomorrow. I'm gonna start opening up the windows during the day, especially now that I'm using propane. I decided to bring my propane heater in because if it gets down below 30 degrees, the electric heater struggles to keep it warm in here. And I know that's running Brett and Deborah's light bill way up. So I'm going to use the propane heater now. So if it gets a little cool in here during the day, that's fine. 'Cause the propane heater is going to be able to warm it right back up in the evening. And the propane heater doesn't run during the day. I've been shutting that off in the morning, and just the sun shining through the windows and hitting the camper and stuff keeps it pretty warm in here. Yeah, I'm hoping that it's not something like COPD, but should know more tomorrow. Yeah, I don't like breathing in bleach. I use it very sparingly, and then I'm always splattering it on clothes and stuff. And then I've got faded spots or holes or whatever. And I know when I was working at the store during the pandemic, I had to wipe everything down. It was supposed to be all surfaces in the store wiped down at least once every shift, but I was working third shift, and people weren't supposed to be traveling at night. Some still did, but a lot of them didn't. But we were in essential business because it was a truck stop, so we weren't allowed to close at all. We had to be open for any truckers that came in, and we're doing very little business. So I was spending the whole night cleaning everything, and I had rubber gloves on the whole time. And then we ran out of rubber gloves because we were having trouble getting them. Used up the ones that we had, and then couldn't get any more in. And the manager said, "Oh, we'll have some more in a day or two because they were bringing them from another store." Well, I'm not going to be getting my hands in bleach all night. Then I'll wipe everything down once, and that's it. Because I hate to have my hands in bleach without having gloves on because it just feels like it's eating right into my skin. Yeah, I never used one of those. Well, I shouldn't say never, because I did try using what's it called? When you talk and the words come out on your phone. I did try that a few times. I didn't like it, so I don't use those. Well, go get that squatter out of my house, Mike. Then I can get out of here quicker. You know what you need to do? Next time he rides with you up there, just take off and leave him there. Because I know then you'd have to take care of his chickens and cats for him. So I guess that wouldn't work out for you. Yeah, I'll be my new place after Christmas, Natasha. Just not soon after Christmas. If I had to put a guess on it, at the point Jeff is on his new property, I would say that I may be able to move late January or February, but that's a complete guess. Yeah, Mike's saying into January before Jeff can move. So that's gonna if Jeff's not out till into January, that's gonna make it mid February before I can get moved. Because I don't know how long it's gonna take to fix the floor in there. It shouldn't be a long time. It's just gonna be a matter of the one that's gonna do it having time to get there and get it done. It's buckled in a couple places. So they have to take some boards out to flatten that out in the subfloor, and then you'll put plywood over the whole thing, and then the new flooring. And then, of course, the doors are going to have the bottom of them cut off because they're almost flush with the floor now. So that's going to take a little while. I don't know how long that's going to take. It's not a huge job, but it is going to take a while for that to get done. And then after that, you should be set. Maybe that's your problem, dog man. You've been sniffing too much bleach. Yeah, mixed bleach with ammonia. I could actually see you doing that, dog man. Well, I can tell you one thing about my phone. My Google Assistant, which I didn't even have turned on, and I actually turned her off a couple times and she turned herself on. She could understand me. She started talking one day after it mysteriously got turned on, and she kept talking nonsense. I tried telling her to stop, be quiet. She just kept saying stupid stuff. I told her to go F herself. She understood that. I understand you are frustrated, but there is no need to use that language. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting all that stuff done, Natasha. You've got the ditches dug. You've got to get a septic system in. I don't know if the inspector's been there to tell him what he needs to do for that or not. Like he's got to tell him what to do, and then Drew's got to get it dug out. And I think he gets the pipe and stones and stuff in. Then the inspector has to come back and inspect it, and then finishes it up, and then get a final inspection on it. And then after that passes, then he can have his water turned on. But they won't turn his water on until after the septic system passes inspection. And as far as the electric, that's just a matter of getting the stuff done that they need to do to the electric company, get it hooked up, and then whenever they can schedule the electric company to come and hook it up. And it's just an issue when you're dealing with utility companies, and it's just how quick they get there to do their part. And then once he gets all that done, then the moving part won't be so bad. It's just getting all this other stuff done. Yeah, that's right, Ace. Mike might just do that. But I know he'd go back and get him now. Because Mike's not going to want to take care of just chickens and cats for him. So he's going to make sure he gets back home. Yep, Natasha, that's the problem. He's moving from a county that doesn't have codes to a county that does. That's one thing anyone buying property in Arkansas has to be careful of. Is there's codes in certain counties that there isn't in other counties. Yep, I agree with that, dog man. No codes. Hello, Steve. Yeah, Mika, I saw it was posting the weather for bad. Is that the one you're talking about? I don't know that sometimes it does do funny stuff on there, so I'm not sure. We had an issue with it a week or two ago too. Yeah, if he wasn't hooking into the public water, then he wouldn't have to worry about the septic codes. That's how they get you on it. They try to say there's no codes, but if you want to hook to the public water, well, before you can get your water turned on, you have to do this. Yeah, Dogman keep things interesting, that's for sure. I'm not going to try to claim any. Yeah, I think I'm going to start hitting the buffets and doing review videos on them. Yeah, actually, I want to. go to Black Dog Meat Company again. I haven't been there in probably 3 months. Yeah, because I like to eat, so I might do that. I've never had to wait too long at Black Dog. I think the longest probably maybe 15 minutes. But you can keep yourself occupied reading about the dogs in there. I mean, if you hit it right at noon, it's probably really bad. Oreo, what are you doing? Got to climb up onto a shelf. You was that right about noon that you and Jeff were in there, dog man? Because I could see you hit it at noon, it's going to be bad. Yeah, there's several Chinese buffets around. I've only been in the Chinese buffet in Mina. Hello, Cammy. 11:21 Monday morning. It's 7:22 Sunday evening here. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I figured that was Celsius. I'm not going to eat buffets with you, Mike. You're Batman. Thought Batman broke the camera. He's Superman's father. 35 here. That's what my thermometer's saying. See what Nightbot has to say. Oh, I like Nightbot. Nightbot saying 36. Yeah, it's going to be 24 on that side of the mountains. We probably won't get below 28, 29. Usually, we're a little bit warmer on this side of the mountains, farther south. Yep, you're already about 5 degrees colder than we are here. Hello, Dave from Ohio. And it's still much better here than New York, so I'm not going to complain about this weather, that's for sure. Well, been on here almost 2 hours now. I don't know if I have. I don't know if I have anything else to talk about now. The well, you know what? Maybe I should have a bonfire, set the camera up in front of that, and play Christmas music. That is an idea for a live. What do you think, dog man? Think that's a good idea? Well, that doesn't sound good, Wanda. Yes, I have a cat tree that Mike brought when she brought that furniture, and I'm good for the cats too. I'm thinking about putting a shelf in the room that's going to be the cat room. Shelf up near the ceiling. That cut out for a minute there, so I don't know if you heard me saying. Then once I get moved there, I'm gonna put a shelf in the cat room, up maybe 18 inches from the ceiling, and just have some way. I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do yet. Some way for them to get up there, and then they can just walk around up there, lay up there if they want. I think they'll enjoy that. Wanda, the reason I was talking about that is because that's what Dogman did. And actually, as far as copyright, I was told that Christmas music they won't get you for, and there was not a lot. Most of it was less than 8 seconds. But there was a couple songs in my video that I wasn't sure how that was going to work out, but everything went through when they did the copyright checks. Nothing came back. They let the video go through, no restriction, because if one of those songs that came back as a copyright claim, I was just going to silence however many seconds it was, but everything was okay, so I didn't have to do that. Um, this person got to be way behind. I'm not even sure how you pronounce the name. Looks like Akira 55 backup is putting in the hashtag for stickers, so they must be way behind on this. Yeah, Mike, I I've thought about that of setting up so you can see the cats during my lives. Yeah, I always worry about copyright issues. And what really got me is I was using music from Bin Sound for several months, which was supposed to be royalty free. Well, all of a sudden, you had to start paying for that. So any of this stuff that was okay to use when I did my video, then all of a sudden I started getting copyright claims on all those videos because I could no longer use that. So the only music I use now, well, I've got go check and see what else I can find in there because I want to get more of a selection of music. But everything I use now is all right from YouTube, and I just hope they never change the rules on any of that. The music from Epidemic, you have to pay for that, correct, Dog Man? I think someone was telling me, I think it was Epidemic. I could be wrong on that. That you got to pay for, and if you ever stop paying for it, then you can start getting copyright claims on the music that you used. Hello, Tish. Yeah, I've never hit a copyright strike. All mine have just been claims. Hello, Maverick Acres. Good to have you back. Yeah, I know YouTube's been playing their games. I keep getting unsubscribed from channels, but there'll be some channels that I don't even ever remember subscribing to that I'm subscribed to. Now, obviously, if I don't remember subscribing to them, I've never watched anything on there, but I don't get unsubscribed from them. It's channels that I watch. I don't understand that. Another thing I want to look into is buying songs from YouTube. Just see what there is, how much they are, and stuff. Yeah, that's what I thought. Mike is you're paying for that. I try to use the free stuff. Okay, it's good to have you here. Yep, that's what I've been doing, Rachel. That's that deal I went through with Ben Sound. I've got some claims on some of the videos that I'm not worried about now because I'm not getting a lot of views on those older videos, but I do get some views. Yeah, I don't think more than a week or two goes by, and I've got someone else telling me, and someone that's been active on my channel, telling me that YouTube unsubscribed them. Yep, same here, Tasha. That's what I do, Rachel. There's not many of them in there I really like. That's why there's only, I don't even know if I have a dozen songs that I use in my videos. Well, I guess I'm in the chat now. Well, that sounds interesting, Tasha. Hello, Nancy. Dogman was just saying he's guessing it'll be the end of January. I was guessing first part of January, so it's still a ways off, but it is getting closer. Unless something really goes wrong, it should be sometime next month. Oh, he's got water. The hole right up behind his house is full of water. Unless that's dried up since the last time I was there. There goes the heater. Well, propane. Yeah, the problem is since he's hooking into public water, he has to have a septic system and it has to pass inspection before they'll turn his water on. So he, if he had his own well, if he used a composting toilet, it wouldn't have to worry about the septic system. So that's why you gotta get septic in because without that, no water. It's tough hauling water. And it would take a lot for all those chickens. Drew's going to do the work on the septic system, but everything's got to go through the inspector. So that's the hold up on that. Yeah, it is aggravating. At least New York is terrible. Yep, I wouldn't want land up there either. So, I guess you weren't kidding about the landmines, were you, Mike? Remember last live? I said, I know you have cameras, but I don't think you have landmines. I guess now I know you really do have landmines. Well, been a good live. Well, I think I'll go out and get that other tank of propane now so I can get this heater going again. I'm going to have to go to bed relatively early tonight. So I can have Dixie to the vet by 9 o'clock in the morning. So I want to thank everyone for being here. I appreciate it. Another live Wednesday evening at 10 o'clock Central. So have a good night, everyone.